just like before. I can see that.
Already hated it, even though most of her friends attended. She sat on the wood deck of her front porch and let the breeze play with her red, black-tinted hair. She couldn't stop thinking why they had to move to this old, broke-down town. She wished she was on the other side of the town where all actors and rich people lived. She believed in the vampires, but she didn't think they were real. She was a 7-year-old girl dreaming of like a bat, but now she's turned 13, turning 14 on Halloween, the creepiest holiday. She wakes up trying not to fall back to sleep. She gets dressed, trying not to be like a person who just woke from a death wish. Alexandra, Asher, Bella, Mia, Kane, Abby, and Alex's little brother graduated. They all did. Now Alexandra's going back to the U.S. Asher's going back to the Mafia to take back his place. Kane went with Asher, Bella went with Mia, and Abby to Europe. Mother and father reunited together. I can't believe you graduated, Amelia cheered. I can't wait to see my cousins in Europe. You guys will love them. Bella laughed. Amelia was right. She met one of Mia's European cousins. He was so nice. The girls did not know Mia's European cousins. While at the hotel with Alexandra, she just called from an unknown number. She was curious but didn't answer. She FaceTimed the girls. Hey girls, how's Europe? Did you guys meet handsome man there? They all laughed. No, but we're at the beach, Amelia replied while being worried about Alexandra. Lexi, are you okay? So ever since you and Ashley looked up again, I was worried about you. Alex looked at Amelia and other girls. They all worried. They had all worried looks on her face. She wanted to tell them she was fine, but they wouldn't believe her because she would be lying. Stop being worried, Alexandra responded. I'm right. Seriously, what do you need to worry about? They all nodded. Boss, it's time to go, Regina yelled from the hotel room. They all screamed bye, and Asher ended the call while with Asher and Kane. They both got to place with the new Mafia boss. I was at. You guys all home yet? Asher whispered into the comms. No, Asher, not yet. Kane responded back to the comms. Wait, never mind. Move in. They moved in, and they both took the new Mafia boss and reported him to the police when they did. Asher became the new Mafia boss. Next month, Asher and I started an argument, and they both lost contact with each other on FaceTime. Why can't you be spoiled for 1 minute, Asher? Alexandra yelled. You love me for 1 minute, and then the next you don't? Asher looked at Alexandra with her teary eyes. What? I do love you, Asher yelled. Now Alexandra stopped and still couldn't believe it. Then prove it. If I can't be loving you if you don't love me, she sobbed. She shouldn't have put on him and cried herself to sleep. If she couldn't be loved by the man, so be it. She met so many people in her life. They were all abusive and rapists. She would still be a spy, and she was good at it. Today, they found a case that was very important to them, a dangerous, and she knew who could it be. Asher. She could break into his place again, so she got in her office, dug in herself into her life, work bills, but her friend Regine followed her. Alex, what's wrong? Regine asked. Alex looked up from her desk, and her eyes full of mixed emotion in her eyes. It's nothing, Alexandra replied. But Regine didn't buy that it's just nothing excuse. It's not just nothing, it's something, Regina stated. So tell me, what is bothering you? You know I won't buy those excuses. Alex sighed, and she had a serious look in her face, in her eyes. Fine. The mission, the place where we need to go uncover, it's, Alex explained, it's Asher's. He's the boss, and his men will recognize me, and I'm not going back there because some of his men raped me or abused me. Regina looked at her with her speculative eye. She knew it not well understanding why she didn't want to go back there. I understand, Regina responded about turning around. If you don't want to go back there as women, spies won't force you. I looked at her and gave up. Fine. But answer my question. And I want the whole truth. Alex said while looking at her. Is Asher a vampire? Regina stopped herself from answering the question. She turned to face her back to Alexandra. That got Alexandra mad, and she walked over her and had an angry look on her face. Alex, I don't think you want to know. He needs to tell you, not me. Regina explained while hugging her eyes. Alexandra twitched and flinched, like someone just fused in order. Her eyes filled with anger, frustration. Her hands clenched into a fist to punch someone or something. Her mouth twitched, ready to yell, and she can't resist an assault says for Asher. Regine! Alexandra yelled while slamming her on the table behind her. Tell me the truth. Is he a vampire or not? Regine flinched when Asher yelled. Yes, Regine said while shaking. Asher is a vampire. Alexandra looked close to her eyes with all her might, trying not to break down. But she was shaking. She thought all of the reason that she made up because he thought he might hurt her or worse, kill her. The next day, they all went into the cover and went to the place the mafia was at. She closed her eyes trying to pull up her memories, but she couldn't, so Regine let her step out. When Regine and other spies reached the mafia bar, Asher was waiting there. Waiting. Hello, Regine. Asher welcomed her to the other girls. Where's little Alexandra? She winced at hard and cold stone face he had. Don't you dare say, oh, hello, Regine, or Alex's name. Regine cried for her friend. You don't know what she had been through, so fix your damn mouth before I fix it for you. Asher smirked at that, but left with a cold, far face. I do know what she's been through, Asher argued. Regine was now mad. She wasn't just mad, she was angry, frustrated. Her eyes full of fire and sympathy for her friend. Don't give me that crap! Regine yelled with tears forming in her eyes. For hell with that. Guess what? Guess who? Guess who was it for her? It was me. Me, Asher, it was me. She got raped and abused by your men. And I guess who was the one she threw or cried herself to sleep when she tried to commit freaking suicide? Me! Guess who was to tell the truth about you? Me! Guess who was there when she had her nightmares? Me and her family, not you. And now I don't know where she is. Asher was now speechless, and his hard, cold stone expression disappeared. Regine turned toward the spies. Find Alex, she cried while worried. Find her now. An hour passed, which turned into 2 hours. Then something kicked. I know where she is, Regine replied. But Asher, I trust you. We'll find her and comfort her. Asher found her at the bar by her old house. He had to drive there about 15 miles. He found her drinking water with limes in it. Her father loved that kind of drink, and her mother would always take her to the bar. He caught her crying listening to her recall the last time her father ever spoke to her, before she died. Before he died. So listening to her doctor saying why her baby died. Yeah, basically. Last time her father ever spoke to her, before she died. She listened to her doctor saying why her baby died. She was thinking of her thoughts she was not allowed to think. Asher wouldn't allow it. Asher looked at her, but she didn't see him there. She started believing her phone then her phone rang. Asher peeked at it and saw it was her mother. She ignored it. Aren't you going to answer that? Asher finally replied while feeling guilty and about to apologize. Asher, I'm so... She put her hand up, telling him that she couldn't let him apologize for what he had done. Don't, Alexandra said. He looked at her and nodded. She ran out into the boat rain while it was pouring out. He ran after her. Asher, I've lost everything. Everyone I loved is gone. Alexandra sobbed. Asher looked at her and shook his head. Looked at her full of his love for her. He saw a smile softly, exclusively. Lexi, Asher whispered softly. She turned when she heard her name. He never called her that because it turned her on. She looked at him, but Lexi, Asher whispered softly again, but this time stupidly. She ran toward him, but stopped only a few inches away. She was in his eyes, looking for his affection, but there wasn't. There was only love, but he wanted her so badly. She could see that. Ash, Alexandra said while looking out at him. You came back for me? But why? I told her she already knew the answer, but she didn't. It's because I love you, Asher responded. Alexandra looked for a certain movement, but didn't see any. She wasn't sure if he was lying or not. She got out of bed, quickly got her. The next day she woke up in the couch looking at him, but suddenly felt sick. She got out of bed, quickly got her robe on and ran out the door. Around the room, so the bathroom. She threw up but heard Asher waking up. Alex? Asher asked while looking for her. Alex, where are you? She wanted to say something, but she couldn't because her mouth was full of throw up, so she cleaned her mouth out. Bathroom! Yelled while still feeling sick. Asher rushed there to see her if she was okay. When he got there, he noticed she was on the floor and about to puke again. He rushed by her side and got her hair tied, put her hair up so she couldn't have room to throw up. You okay? Asher asked. Alex shook her head while he walked out to go by her playing test. She paced back and forth, scared of thinking what if this is positive. She was thinking again how she was only 16 to be a mother again. She couldn't place her older baby girl that was dead. She couldn't breathe. Her mind switched to something else, the nightmare she always had. She closed her eyes thinking about how her friends would rape her and abuse her, kidnap us, torturing her by killing her father, by killing her older brother, and hurting her mother. It was like to her, she was back there again, rewatching everything, and how she lost her baby and lost everything. She screamed with tears coming down her cheeks, collapsing, unknowing, releasing magic from her chest outward from her hands, while pushing even Asher back. Asher ran toward her. Hey, it's okay. If you don't want to find out, I can throw it away if you like. It's up to you, Asher reassured her. No, I want to know the truth, Asher muttered. Beth waited for the barking says when it's finally 5 minutes, she went to check on it, but found it in the trash can. She wondered who put it in the trash, so she checked again. It was positive. She was shocked to waited until Asher left so she could call her friends and her mother and her brother. Hey, we need to talk. Asher replied when she took the phone. Her friend was on her side. Quiet, let me guess. You and Asher did what you guys wanted, Tina said. Alex sure wanted to cry. Yeah, I said while breaking her voice. I guess. She noticed her voice was breaking. Hey, Alex, don't cry, please. It's okay. Do you want to stay at my house, okay? Regina asked her, you can come to me anytime you want. Alex looked at sitting with white tears flooded her eyes. Yeah, please pick me up. I don't want to. She sobbed. Eugene interrupted her. Say no more, Regina Pilots like that. I was in her way for her Regina car. Alex! Regina yelled, but to Alexandra it was muffled. Regina, call 999-616-111. Regina ran to the phone on the nightstand while Kane sat by other side. Hello, this is the police? The buster answered. What do you need? Regina quickly put on speaker and rushed to the bathroom. It's my friend. Me and my BF hurt her. Threw up violently, but we knew she was pregnant. But then, Regina replied, we heard a loud bang. The special listened so carefully. Oh, young lady, we need to know where you are so we can send an ambulance. The special replied. Regina ran outside to check to see the others. It's Callaway apartment complex room, number 1601. The special wrote the address down. Okay, ma'am, stay outside so the ambulance knows where you are. The dispatcher said. Regina on her until it was like only 5 to 10 minutes. Then she heard the sirens. The ambulance parked. Good, you're awake. The doctor laughed. This is your, third time here? Do we have to get your appointment every month? As was the doctor and tried to smile. Back to the point. Why you're here? The doctor replied very seriously. The good news is you're pregnant. And you did not lose it this time. The bad news is your baby's twins, but they're both half human. Alex broke the smile. What? Alex almost yelled. But me and my... Shut up yourself. That explains, the doctor muttered. Your boyfriend's not human at all. I was so shocked, but proud. She didn't want to run to see if Usher was there, but didn't see him. She was so tired she fell asleep in an instant, not knowing who would be there when she woke up. That's why she woke up, saw Usher sitting next to her sleep. She looked at his handsome face and smiled, but stopped when her stomach hurt. It felt like a volcano with a rock mountain hitting against it. She groaned weakly, but then she was about to scream, but Asher groaned in the heard her groan and woke up immediately. She worried face. He looked at her. She pointed at her stomach. The pressure of her stomach felt. She started coughing, but he grabbed her hand and squeezed it. Hey, it's okay, she replied. Look at me. I'm here if you need me. I love you no matter what. She nodded, and then Harry stopped. Whether she found the genders for her babies. Once a girl, the other was a boy. She named one of them Leonie Luna Harp. The other Lucas Lane Harp. When she was pregnant at 3 months, Asher was planning on proposing to her while her friends knew what was going on. The night he was proposing to her, she got into her dress and walked down to the forest near her. Was when she saw light near one of her favorite spots to ride her horse. She gasped. Her family was there singing her cousin's favorite song. She was her cousin who was gone for 2 years of life. She cried and ran down, stopping, not touching the ground. Her cousin went over to her and stood barely close to her with her head with open arms. She jumped up and jumped into his arms. He picked her up while she was sobbing on his shoulder. He put her down. How are you even here? Alexandra sobbed. I thought I lost you to my kidnappers. But you were fine? But how? I saw blood. Your blood. Her cousin wanted to tell the truth, but then he stopped himself. Oh, that blood? Yeah, that was mine, but I survived. He lied. She looked at him to tell he was lying, but he wasn't, so she nodded. So she hugged him for the last time, and she walked along the line to see tree to see and saw mistletoe. Then he fell with the tree. She gasped. Alexandra, a voice asked that was behind her. She turned around to see the most handsomest face just looking at her while 2 inches away. She gasped when she took her hands in his hands. See, the day I laid my eyes on you, I fell in love with you. From that very day, I'm sorry I didn't prove that, Asher replied sadly. But I want to prove it for the rest of your lives. But in order that to happen, he knelt down one knee and Alexandra asked, Asher, she gasped. He pulled out the ring. Alexandra May's harp. Will you be the happiest vampire and marry me? Asher asked while holding the ring. She gasped and covered her mouth with her hands and sobbed. Yes, Ash, she saw, tilted her. Yes, Asher said, trying to hide his happiness. She nodded, and he picked her up and kissed her on the cheek while she giggled. Put her down and put the ring on. He kissed her again, but this time slowly. Still 6 months later, she gave birth to Leonie Luna Harp and Lucas Lane Harp. Then Asher and Asher were going to get married the next year after that. Chapter 5. A Marriage Day. Leaving for the wedding, she was so nervous, having an anxiety attack. She was looking at the window in her room, on her windowsill, with the couch built into the window. The thoughts right in her mind like some anxiety horse attacking a person she loves. But the door opened, she didn't fear the personal attack. She had so many things on her mind about her cousin thinking lied to her, the wedding, her friends, and most of all, her sister having cancer. The thought went crazy, then a voice spoke. Looks like you have lots on your mind, the voice teased. She let go to love. That's how Asher teased her. Ash, why are you such a cheese? Alexandra replied while smiling. He smiled back. Can I sit? He asked. Alexandra scooted over so he sat. Her eyes glowed into different emotions: love, anxiety, and nervousness. Asher saw this change in her eyes. Hey, what's wrong? Asher asked Charles as he looked at him. Just Yes, I do, Asher responded. Then the man turned to Alexandra. Asher Harp has your... Will you, Miss Alexandra Locke, take Mr. Harp as your lawful husband? The man asked. Yes, I do. Okay, now give me the rings, the man ordered. The ring holder gave them the rings. Put the ring on 4 fingers slowly and repeat after me, Asher. The man nodded. Before they finished, Asher grabbed Alexandra's waist, dipped her and smiled, and then kissed her and pulled her back up. Everyone cheered. When they went to refreshments, Alexandra went back inside, changed into her wedding room afternoon dress, then went upstairs to the new room where her family and cousin built for her after they got married. She went to the balcony, letting them play with her hair. She felt something pull at her dress. She looked down and saw Leonie tugging at her dress. She smiled. Hey, you, Alexandra teased Leonie while picking her up. How'd you get out? Leonie giggled. It's time for you, Alexandra said. Time to a bed for you, Alexandra said. Lena shook her head. Yes. Alexandra nodded. Leonie started crying. Fine. Asher complained, pretending to gag. We like to be seen at Spanish always on. Lena started to smile. Okay. I was replied. Lena was still smiling. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, mi progono, como estás? Arriba, arriba nella montana, tanto brillando como un diamante el cielo. I was saying slowly. Brilla, brilla, brincana. Estrella mi gran gozo, ¿cómo estás? Oh, bella en el mundo, ten brillante como un diamante en cielo, tilda nuestra pocuna. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Lena fell asleep. Slade put her in the crib. Alex smiled and walked back to the balcony. Then she felt hands rubbing her shoulders. He kissed her neck. She gasped. She turned her head a little bit and saw the Asher. That was wonderful, Asher replied softly between kisses. Asher giggled. It was? I'm never doing that again. Asher stopped kissing her neck and looked at her. Why? Few years later. Let's skip to a different time. Okay. Okay, a new leader, a new future. Other side, looking out to the sky. Audrey wanted to. She didn't know what to do. All she wanted is just find her kids, then pull them in for open hug. But it has been a few years since Miss Anne gone to coma. Alice smiled and went down the stairs into the living room. When she saw Emily and Chloe making out, Alice just sighed. Alice teased, remember what I told you. You guys can stop making out before I kick you both out. Emily smiled and just rolled her eyes. You know you like having us around, Chloe laughed. Alice just tinkled and rolled her eyes. Then someone screamed. Chloe and Emily just both jumped up, and Alice ran out to the door. Hey, what's wrong? Alice asked. Miss, something ahead. The villager pointed toward the entrance ahead. Outside, and the girls ran toward the entry. The announcer stopped. She looked at the man hurt. James? Arthur asked. James or Buckhannon looked at her appealingly. Looked up at her. Alex! James cried out weakly. James! Alex ran toward him. James ran weakly toward Alex, and they both hugged. Get the nurse, Alexander ordered. But Alex! Alexander, go! Alexander ordered. Minutes later, I got the nurse, Emily said. Alex nodded, but they went to the nurse, but mainly with Leonie. Luca, did you send James? Leonie asked. Yes, sister, I did. Luca answered. Hey guys, come on, Willie sped at Leonie. Leonie rolled his eyes. Luca rolled his eyes. I will, Leonie blushed, but looked down. William smiled and gave Luca a bro hug. What's up, man? William asked. How's it going with the cold sister? Leonie glared at William. Seriously? Leonie stopped. Rude. Leonie just walked off, fell off, feelings grew up to the surface, but she usually could keep it down, but this time she can't. She felt lost, loved, angry, sad, and upset, and annoyed. Why am I feeling these mixed emotions? Especially lost, Leona wondered. During her thoughts, she found herself in her mother's office. Her mother's office had a balcony. Now, why am I here? This is my mother's office. Does my instincts tell me that I miss her? Leonie wondered. Breathed softly and walked toward the balcony. She was remembering how her mother sang to sleep with her famous Spanish song. Sometimes, Leah found her mother on the balcony thinking Leon was aside. Then she gasped because hands were surrounding her. You good, Leah? William whispered. Leah blushed at the name and sighed. No, part of me is missing her, and the other part of me is angry at her, Leonie said. Hey, it's okay, Leah. William reassured. It's not okay. She left me because she loved me and wanted me to stay safe. Why did she? Leon sobbed. William sighed. Hey, come here. William opened for a hug. Leon threw herself and started sobbing. William carried her to the couch and felt her head. You have a fever, William said. Leon just looked away. Your eyes, William screamed. Leon looked away this time. Who screamed? Mr. Brooke raced the room. William just fainted. Leon looked toward Luca. Oh, shit! Luca jumped back. Leon just stopped. Brother, it hurts. Mother, my head. Now go away, Leon said angrily. Luca, horrified, saw Leonie flying to her and switching with her other laugh. I'm a finally with Vampire, Leonie cried out happily. Oh, hi, Luca. Where's Liam? Liam? Usually Leonie calls him Will, Luca said. And hello, Leonie's other half. Whatever, Vampire Leonie snapped. What should we call you instead of Leonie? Evelyn. Agreed, Evelyn is. Evelyn just rolled her eyes. Seeking finally came out. Luca teased. You're going to date William? Evelyn blushed. No, Evelyn lied. Luca just ran over William and ran him to the couch and laid down. Why did he faint? Luca asked. He already knew we were vampires. I don't know. Evelyn said, I don't me either. Meh. Evelyn just struts like she didn't even care. She did care. So I'm accused. How did you get out? Luca asked. I don't know. I think your emotions took me out to come out. Evelyn said, what kind of emotions? Loss, love, angry, sadness, upset, annoyed. Luca nodded and said in discernment. And now Evelyn and Luca were wondering, how do we tell him? Luca wondered. Do I leave him there or just stay and tell him? Evelyn wondered. While they were wondering about that, something was happening to Alexandra. So how was life? James teased and just found you miss a lot, Jim. Sighed and looked away sadly. Alex, James softly said, you know I hate it when you cry. Said, I know, I said softly. James and Alex looked at each other, staring. Miss, it's Miss Anne, the villager interrupted the moment. I stood up. What? She said warily. Tell Em and Chloe. The villager nodded. Emily Woodley were Miss Anne's tent. Emily was worried. She walked back and forth continuously, and Alexandra was having a panic attack, and two people could get her calmed down. James and her ex-husband. Chloe was worried, but never showed it. James, however, was looking at Alexandra and back to Miss Anne. Then Chloe grabbed her girlfriend's wrist, pulled her into her hair, and held her there, held her hand, and pulled her by her side. Babe, it's going to be okay, Chloe whispered softly, but a little bit so good to hear. As she slowly breathed, but it wasn't working. She put her head into her hands and shook her head. It's been an hour. Alexandra muffled. James went toward Alice and knelt down and hugged her. What are you guys doing? Anna asked. They all jumped along toward the bed. I'm guessing surprised, Anna said. They all nodded. Alexandra, let me guess you've been a good leader again. And a smile, Alice just straight nodded. Good, because I'm giving you the leader role. You've earned it, Anna softly said. But 9, love, but way too much. Alexandra was so surprised that Anna gave her the leader role, but she took it because the girls ran to her and told her, we want you to be our leader, Chloe and Emily said. Alexandra sighed, remembering that they wanted her to be leader. She won't go see her kids, that's all she wanted. And Asher, Alexandra said, why am I thinking about Asher? Alexandra wondered. Asher still looked out to the sky. She wanted to go to her favorite spot, the roof. She quickly tore steps on the balcony, pulled all her way up so she could bounce back on the roof, and she started looking. I thought I was going to find you here, James stopped. Alexandra giggled. Alice caught herself blushing and she looked down. James went toward her and put his thumb under her chin and looked at it toward him. Oh, your face is so red. I love that line. James teased. You had to fix it by kissing you? James kissed her. Alexandra first tried to fight it, but then she gave it. And he grabbed her hip and pulled. Because you like that? James asked. Alexandra nodded. Alex? "Are there yet?" Luca complained. "No, stupid." Evelyn rolled her eyes. "Are you sure you're going the right way?" Evelyn lost her patience. Her eyes were filled with dark red flint black and used her vampires to throw them against the foot of the forest trees. "One more word I want of y'all, I'm going to leave you in the woods on the cold territory. Understood?" They nodded. "Stop scaring them, Eve," Leona threatened. "What are you going to do? Bite me?" Evelyn asked in her thoughts. "We hear." Gunnar saw a person. "Hey, do you know anyone called Alexandra?" Person turned around. "Oh, you must be looking at the door. Doesn't even look at the photos." "The name's Evelyn. Follow me." Meanwhile, with everyone, Alistair woke up next to James' spine. She heard thudding. Seriously, in the morning? Alistair woke on top of James. Alistair went downstairs inside, and then they started working. And she saw two kids walking towards her with Anna. So their faces just looked like Luca and Leona, her twins. She collapsed into the ground. "Alex!" James yelled. Everyone was startled and turned to see Alex during a couple scene. Alex through the sobs. James went over there and sat down with her no-no. She's having panic attacks. "Alex, hey, calm down." She slipped and ran toward the cabin and slammed the door behind her. She ran away towards her room, slammed the door behind her, and ran to the balcony, jumped off on the roof and sat on the roof. Meanwhile, Luca, "Where did she go?" Evelyn asked. "Roof," everyone said. "First, explain. Who are you?" "I am Luca, her twin son, and my twin sister is not here, but her other half is. This is Evelyn." They all sighed. "Oh." Meanwhile, with Alexandra, she kept crying and crying, also screaming for alcohol, but she wanted how to resist the crave. All she wanted was James. So she sighed and went back inside and outside and found James. She was hesitant because she didn't want to bother him, so she was about to turn and walk away when he grabbed her waist and pulled her behind him, held her in to make sure she doesn't run off. "Sorry about me running off. You just look like my twins," Alexandra apologized. "It's okay, but we are twins," Luca said. Alexandra asked, "Luke?" "Yeah, it's me, Mom." Luca ran toward her out to Alexandra and hugged her. Just she saw her twin daughter, Leonie. "Leah?" "Hey, Mom." "Eve, tell her," Luca ordered. "Fine. Your daughter's away. I'm her other half." Alexandra off again. "Damn it! How did she get off your grip?" "I don't know." "Come on, later." Lucas started. "Evelyn, what's going on?" "What's happening? It's my turn to go back in." Bye. "Hey, Luke, where are we?" "Order getting Alex's cabin." "Where is she?" "Upstairs in her room." Meanwhile, with Alexandra gagged all over her again. She took her head in regret. She went to the wall and slammed her head in and over and over. Stupid. I'm so stupid to sacrifice myself. Ugh, why can't I be a good mother for once?" Alexandra just thought. "Mom, stop," the voice said. She kept going, so Leonie had to use her vampire speed. "Mom, stop it. Stupid. I'm so stupid to sacrifice myself. Ugh." And tried it out again. "Mom, stop it. You're not stupid. Stop thinking that," Leonie yelled. Asher walked to the bed and sat down on the knife and was like, "Don't even think about it." Alistair grabbed it. "Mom, don't." Leona gasped at her mother's eyes. Her eyes never got any that darker ever in her life. "James, get in here!" James raced up out of the room, and when he reached Leonie, "James," her eyes. James gasped. "Oh, Alex." Alistair flinched. "Leave me alone. I need to die." Alistair was standing when walking to the other side of the room. James sighed. "Leo, go. I got this." "Leslie, please put the knife down and listen to me." James whispered softly while going towards Alexandra slowly. Again, Alexandra flinched. "Hand me the knife." Alexandra, she raised the knife and about to start for herself, but James is the quickest. He grabs her wrist and immediately kisses her. Alexandra gasps, but James grabs her waist and slams her to him. She immediately drops the knife and finally kisses him back, but after that he holds her still standing in his mouth. "I hate you, know that?" Alexandra giggled. "Do you hate me?" "Yes." James kissed her again, but longer. "Oh, no, I don't hate you." Said, "I just hate it when you say the name and walk so freaking slowly and softly." "Oh, is that your weakness?" "Maybe, but I have other weaknesses, and I ain't to tell you about it if I try to find out. But I bet you can find it." "Let's see about that." James smiles really playfully. "I know that smile." I sort of thought, "No, James, Buckman, Baron. Don't even think about it. You asked for it. James pushed her down to bed and tickled her. Angela laughed and giggled. James accidentally kissed James. James stepped to Leah and kissed her back. And lay down on the bed and they kissed all night in bed. Love but a marriage and abusive. As Alexandra woke up in the morning and Sai went to the bathroom, took a shower, got dressed, brushing her hair, she gasped. She saw a scar showing on her arms and neck. She grasped her foundation and went her hands up to her kisses her neck. James, Alexandra gasped. And surrounded her waist and pulled her closer to him. He even kissed her, even went deeper and down and kissed her again. James, but Alexandra tried to not moan. James turned her and pulled her out on the sink and kissed her. Alexandra buttoned her. His hand stopped her. She rested his hand on his chest. He puts her down off the bathroom counter and walks out. She grabs her makeup up and runs downstairs. He sat on the couch. Me put on makeup, and when the twins come down, Mom, hey, wait, aren't those scars? Leonie asked. No, Alexandra. Mom, please tell me. Some of them are for your father, and some for me. Mom, why? Why what? I mean, why cut yourself? I just looked away and James came down. What are you guys talking about? James asked while holding Alexandra. Talking about a scars. I was both under James' grip. Jason started touching her scars and Alexandra was getting ready to garments or flinch under his touch. She felt relieved. James felt her about to flinch, but so started shivering. Hey, it's okay, Lexi. I'm not going to hurt you, James whispered while massaging her arm skin. Back, I can stop. No, it's okay. No, it's not, Alex. You're shivering every time I touch your scars. James just took his hands off her, about to walk away when someone touches her hands. His hands. I want to feel your touch. I want to feel your touch because your touch is soft against my skin. James smiled, took his arms surrounding her body, pulled her and started touching her scars, surrounding her back and arms and back. Sizing his touch. Over the next few years, Alexandra turned 29, Leon and Luca turned 19, and the rest are still empty because they don't know their own stories. Alexandra sighed, looking at her hands, which she used to have her marriage ring on, and it was Alexandra's and Asher's anniversary. It was Alexandra's and Asher's anniversary. That is the time she misses him the most, so she locks herself in the room, letting no one in at all. Hey, can me and the girls come in? Chloe asked. No. Okay, but we're going shopping when you're going shopping and that's on vacation. Not going. Let's see about that. When they left, Alexandra looked out at the sky, out the window, and remembering when Asher gave her the necklace for their anniversary. Asher, you didn't! Of course I did, Alex. It's beautiful, like you. Ash, put it on. And no! You've wasted your money on this necklace for me. Alex, you deserve this. Okay, I'm going to put it on. Sadly. Moments later, I need to go out, Alexandra thought. Alexandra pat herself. Where are we going? Alexandra asked. James smiled. Glad you asked, Lexi. We're going on vacation for a whole 2 years, James said. Okay, then let's go. Said I wanted to for I wasn't late. Where are we going? Alexandra asked. Mexico for a year, then to Sweden for a month, and then the US for 4 months, and then to Dar Island for 3 months, and then to Costa Rica. James explained. I tried not to laugh. What? James asked. The girl smiled. You say Costa Rica in my language? Wrong. She giggled. James smiled. A few days later, they reached Mexico. Alexandra felt her side buzzing. She pulled her phone out and saw her grandma calling her. Abila! Alja! Abila, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Cómo estás? And what? ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Tomo tanto? Estoy un poco estás lo de Fasora. Abila! Kuya gusto sabi Alexandra. Well, estamos. Esencias pinon. ¿Dónde estás? Ahora maso. ¿Sigue sin la? ¿Es la tizara o no? No, mis gracias, yo. Incluye eso, masa, en Germania, no. Tu plus can ring in the Mexico. Oh, ¿cómo se podía me sin la? ¿En vez de beatos? Sí! Timo, adios, Alexandra. Yeah. Tambania, Timo. Adios, Sibila. Jane dropped. What? He speak, you know? Is that wrong with me? I can speak more than just one language. No, I love it. I love when you speak Spanish. It's very sexy when you say words in Spanish. Fuck. Jane smiled. A few minutes later, we reached her grandma's house. Alexandra, entra. Gracias, Sibila. As we walked into the living room, Dina Costa and Somoso. Basta presento to Samos Sonacia. Duco Savalia? Some capacity person to say. Outside heard someone running down the terrace. She saw a little girl with blondish hair with moonlight streaks. Tia! I smiled and went down while her knees rammed her. Bella, vinacura? Aquí, cuya corazón no estás? ¿Cosa cosias? No, tia. Sierra Manjuro Corteza Asus. I just smiled while Lulu went to hide. She saw her brother Callista. Hello, Cal. Hey, Alex. How's your Spanish? Not good. Bella's trying to teach me. I gotta go find her. I ran off to find her. A few months later, everyone heard Bella laughing. That night, her grandma gave her the room with a balcony. On Bella's side, outside the side, Mother gave birth to her sister Luna, and she's already 4 years old. Alex and Mrs. Kane, Christopher, her mom, her younger brother, Harvey, her friends including her spy friends, and Asher. Alex just shook her head in sadness and regret. Asher was way too tired to even think more. She went towards her bed, laid down. She felt her hands store right in hers. Hey, you good? James asked. Yes, what are you doing here? Alex answered. I can go. James replied, removing his hands from hers. Alex was now surprised. He never backed off, Asher thought. Alexandra toward him and scooted toward him and put her face in his chest. No, stay. I'm glad you're in my room, Alexandra explained. James smiled and scooted towards her and hugged her while holding her there, and then when they both fell asleep. Thank you guys for listening to this book. I made this. I'm Emily Jones, as you can see. I love this book. I made it myself. I can speak the Spanish that I wrote because it's very usually I can speak the words. Like I don't have an accent with it, but I have this. I can write in Spanish and not sometimes write in Spanish, but I can read Spanish sometimes and I can speak it sometimes when I know what it is there. So I love this book. I love Alexandra. She is she's a Hispanic, and I love her because I made her, and I was the one who put the name in there. It was so good. I love it. I loved all the characters, including the ones that are her friends and her ex-husband and her boyfriend or fiance. But this book will go on, but I'm just going to say it will end here. Love you guys. Bye.
To try. He's ruthless, you knew this. I told you, didn't I? He's abusive, elusive. The truth is he lies. I know you don't want to let go.